Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. This is the recorded lecture for BWJ20203 Microbial Diversity and Ecology. I am Dr. Furzani binti Pai from University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. This lecture will cover on virus. Specifically on the virus structure, virus replication and infection cycle, and also the diseases caused by the virus. Viruses vary in their structure. A virus particle consists of the DNA or RNA within a protective protein coat called a capsid. The shape of the capsid may vary from one type of virus to another. The capsid is made from the proteins that are encoded by the viral genes within the genome. The shape of the capsid serves as one basis for the classification of viruses. They can be cylindrical, icosahedral, complex, or enveloped. Filamentous capsids are named after their linear, thin, thread-like appearance. They may also be called the rod-shaped or helical. Icosahedral capsids have 20 faces and are named after the 20-sided shape called an icosahedron. These capsids are kind of a hybrid between the filamentous and icosahedral shapes. They basically consist of an icosahedral head attached to a filamentous tail. In addition to the capsid, some viruses also have an external lipid membrane known as the envelope, which surrounds the entire capsid. Viruses with envelopes do not provide instructions for the envelope lipids. Instead, they borrow a patch from the host membranes on their way out of the cell. Envelopes do, however, contain proteins that are specified by the virus, which often help the viral particles bind to the host cells. Although envelopes are common, especially among the animal viruses, they are not found in every virus, meaning they are not a universal virus feature. At the microscopic scale, a viral infection means that many viruses are using your cells to make more copies of themselves. The viral life cycle is a set of steps in which a virus recognizes and enters a host cell, reprograms the host by providing instructions in the form of viral DNA or RNA, and uses the host resources to make more virus particles. For a typical virus, the life cycle can be divided into 5 broad steps. The first one is the attachment. The virus recognizes and binds to a host cell via a receptor molecule on the cell surface. The second one is the entry. The virus or its genetic material enters the cell. The third one is the genome replication and genome expression. The viral genome is copied and its genes are expressed to make viral proteins. The fourth one is assembly. New viral particles are assembled from the genome copies and the viral proteins. And the last one, or the fifth step, is the release. The completed viral particles exit the cell and can infect other cells. Viruses are often very specific as to which host and which cells within the host they will infect. This feature of a virus makes it specific to one or a few species of life on Earth. So, many different types of viruses exist that nearly every living organism has its own set of viruses that try to infect its cells. Even the smallest and the simplest of cells, the prokaryotic bacteria, may be attacked by specific types of viruses. With lytic phages, bacterial cells are broken open or lysed and destroyed after immediate application of the virion. As soon as the cell is destroyed, the phage progeny can find new hosts to infect. An example of a lytic bacteriophage is the T4, which infects the E. coli found in the human intestinal tract. The lytic phages are more suitable for the phage therapy. However, some lytic phages undergo a phenomenon known as the lysis inhibition, where completed phage progeny will not immediately lyse out of the cell if extracellular phage concentrations are high. In contrast, the lysogenic cycle does not result in immediate lysing of the host cell. Those phages are able to undergo lysogeny, or known as temperate phages. Their viral genome will integrate with the host DNA and replicate along with it fairly harmlessly, or may even become established as a plasmid. The virus remains dormant until the host conditions deteriorate, perhaps due to the depletion of nutrients. Then the endogenous phages become active. At this point, they initiate the reproductive cycle, resulting in lysis of the host cell. As the lysogenic cycle allows the host cell to continue to survive and reproduce, the virus is reproduced in all of the cell's offspring. An example of a bacteriophage known to follow the lysogenic cycle and the lytic cycle is the phage lambda of E. coli. Viral diseases are mainly caused when a virus enters the human body and uses the host machinery to reproduce. If the body's immune system fails to fight against viruses, it multiplies and spreads to other cells, causing infections. The name of a virus is based on its genetic makeup and helps with development of the tests, vaccines, and medications. The name of a disease takes into account what will be easy for people to say. These are the examples of the virus name that are different from the disease they cause. So, for example, the virus of human immunodeficiency virus, or we also known as the HIV, and it causes the disease called the acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or also known as the AIDS. Okay, now let's meet the bad guy. Coronaviruses are a diverse group of viruses infecting many different animals, and they can cause mild to severe respiratory infections in humans. At the end of 2019, a novel coronavirus designated as the SARS-CoV-2 emerged in the city of Wuhan, China, and caused an outbreak of unusual viral pneumonia. Being highly transmissible, this novel coronavirus disease, also known as the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19, has spread fast all over the world. We will examine the virus according to these elements. SARS-CoV-2 is an enveloped virus type, and it contains 4 structural proteins, which are the S, E, M, and also N, and 16 non-structural proteins. The viral envelope glycoproteins mediate the interaction of the virus with the cell receptors and promote the fusion of the viral and cellular membranes during the infection of the susceptible cells. SARS-CoV-2 follows a 5-step replication cycle, and its bacteriophages follows the lytic cycle. That's all for today. Thank you.